morning, all of you. Today I am going to start solar cell. Solar cell, in this question, solar cell, we will write answer in this pattern, in this order. First, we will start from basic principle of the solar cell. After completing the basic principle of the solar cell, we will move to the construction, working, current, voltage, characteristics of the solar cell, it different incident intensity of the light. So it will be current, voltage, characteristics of the solar cell, parameters. What are the advantages as well as what are the disadvantages of the solar cell? And after completing this, we will move towards the applications of the solar cell. So, what is the basic principle? Actually, solar cell is also known as photovoltaic cell. Or PV cell. Why this is known as photovoltaic cell or PV cell? The answer is whenever photons or light energy is falling onto the solar cell, potential difference or voltage is generated across the solar cell. That's why this is known as photovoltaic cell. Another thing is that if I am increasing the intensity of the light which is falling onto the solar cell, then voltage developed across the solar cell also increases. So in short, we can say that voltage which is generated across the solar cell is proportional to the incident intensity of the light. That's why that solar cell is also known as photovoltaic cell, PV cell. Now, chapter name is semiconductor devices. So obviously this solar cell is also made up of semiconducting material like selenium, Fe, silicon, indium arsenide, gallium arsenide. All these are semiconducting elements or semiconducting compounds. So such materials are used to fabricate, to construct the solar cell. And the basic principle of the solar cell is to convert the light energy, to convert the solar energy into the electrical energy. And particularly in an electrical parameter, we are able to achieve potential difference, we are able to achieve voltage whenever light is falling onto the solar cell, whenever photons are falling onto the solar cell. So this is known as photovoltaic cell or solar cell. So this is also one type of transducer, and this transducer is able to convert the light energy to the electrical energy. So silicon, gallium arsenide, indium arsenide, these are the material, these are the semiconducting, this is semiconducting element, these are the semiconducting compounds. So such types of semiconducting materials are used to construct the solar cell. So now I am moving to the construction. That this figure shows the construction of the solar cell. So it is a p-n junction diode. So we have this p-type semiconducting material. This is n-type semiconducting material, and between these two p-type or n-type semiconducting material, we have this depletion barrier. P-type semiconducting material contains majority charge carrier, holds minority charge carriers electron. N-type semiconducting materials, majority charge carriers are electron, minority charge carrier hole. Depletion barrier, no one is majority charge carrier, no one is minority charge carrier. The another thing is that the base of the n-type semiconducting material is covered with the metal contact. Means we can say that base of the n-type semiconducting material is in a contact with the metal contact. Further, top portion. This is a top portion of the p-type semiconductor. So the top portion of the p-type semiconductor of the solar cell is in a contact with the metal grid. Further, and the metal grid is also covered by glass. So the reason of using this glass at the top of the solar cell is that glass means we are covering this solar cell by the glass because glass allow more and more sunlight to the diode. So more light can be together with the help of glass. And another thing is that if I am not using this glass at the top of the solar cell, a dust particle may be deposited onto the surface of the solar cell. And if dust particles are deposited onto the solar cell, if I am not using the glass, then there will be not sufficient photons are falling onto the p-type semiconducting material. So it will reduce the efficiency of the solar cell. So I am covering the glass onto the solar cell or p-type semiconducting material. Another thing is that this glass is used to protect this solar cell against physical vibration or physical damage. Further, this is a load resistance. So I have this load resistor RL, because we know that if I am not connecting the load resistor, then without the resistance I am not able to achieve any type of potential difference or voltage. So in order to measure the voltage or potential difference across this solar cell, whenever light energy is falling onto the solar cell, I must use a load resistor RL. So whatever I have described from this figure, and this description should be right in a portion of construction. This will be the construction of the solar cell. And after completing the construction of this solar cell, we will move to the working, that how solar cell works. We know that solar cells are used to convert light energy to the electrical energy. So the working, these are the photons. These are the photons, and these photons are falling onto the solar cell, and particularly on a p-type semiconducting material. So these are the photon. So energy which is coming out from the sun, that is represented by E, and the frequency of this light energy is F. So we can say that energy is equal to Hf. So this light energy is falling onto the glass, and we are using a transparent glass. So transmission coefficient of this glass is much greater in a compared to absorption coefficient or reflectance coefficient. So this maximum photons, maximum light that is falling onto the glass will transmit it to the cell. Further, we can say that this is a recombination state of the electron. The recombination state of the electron. Electron means negative charge, hole means positive charge. So light energy is this is a light energy having a frequency F, having an energy E, that is falling onto the recombination state of the solar cell. So this electron is not a free electron, this electron is a valence electron. This is known as valence electron because this electron will available in a valence band. This is a bound electron. Why this is a bound electron? Electron means negative charge, holes have positive charge, and we know that negative charge is always attracted to the positive charge, or positive charge is always attracted towards the negative charge. So these two are attracting each other. That's why that this is not a free electron, but this is a bound electron, and this bound electron is available in a valence band. So now I am drawing a band, conduction band as well as valence band. So this is a valence band. Valence band contains valence electrons, bound electron. This is a bound electron. Now what happens whenever photon energy, light energy is falling onto the recombination state, electron in a valence band absorb the light energy. Electron in a valence band absorbs the light energy. So energy of the electron is being increased, and if energy of the electron is being increased, so this electron is no more available in a valence band, no longer available in a valence band, but it will make a transition from the valence band to the conduction band. This is a free electron. So it will give a electron plus separate hole. So input will be the photon energy, output is a electrical energy. So this will be the working mechanism of the solar cell. In a working, we should start from this mechanism, that whenever light is falling onto the cell, solar cell, and working will be completed with a generation of the electrons. So this description is about the working. So after completing the working, we will move on the characteristics. characteristics of the solar cell at a different intensity of the light. So this will be the output voltage, output current. So current versus voltage. V output voltage which is developed across the solar cell, as well as this is a output current which is being passing through the solar cell. So output current versus output voltage at a different intensity, different incident intensity of the light to the solar cell. So the nature of the current voltage characteristics will be like this.